because journalism is it's an aspect of truth in society and for this campus that we need because it holds us accountable to each other, and it's so important for our community.
When I came to IWU, I came in with the same preconceived notions that most students do, where they believe that, Marion is this trashy place and that IWU is like this perfect little haven in the middle of it. And I think writing for the paper really broke down those walls. One, I saw that IWU wasn't perfect because we were faced with questions about financial aid, about leadership changes, about student government. Just different controversies have come up in the newspaper that have caused me to think about issues that I probably would have just pushed aside had I not been in the thick of it.
The Sojourn is an opportunity to further my skills and to build my resume while I'm still in college. I won't have that opportunity if our school didn't have a newspaper.
The Sojourn is just a great way to highlight stories about people and organizations on campus.
So the sports section, mostly what we do is recaps of games that happen. And at Indiana Wesleyan in particular, there's a lot of students that come to sporting events. I'm a co-sports editor, so me and Joey work very closely together, and that's a lot of fun. I also like covering sports stories. For me, that's really what I like to do. So the Sojourn gives me an excuse to go to sporting events and to cover those stories.
So I am the managing editor of the Sojourn, and basically my job is to handle all of the writers and look for stories, and as well as edit stories that writers turn into me, and then I publish them on the Sojourn website.
And mine's really similar, actually. So I'm the managing editor of Grant Connected, which is an online newspaper that is also put on by the students. However, it goes to the community. So all of our stories have to do with the community, the businesses, the people, the government, all that kind of stuff. And the same thing, I manage the stories that are turned into me. I publish them in a timely manner and communicate with our other staff about promoting those on social media and other ways. I think it's a really good experience for us as students to get professional bylines. I know that it's semi-professional because it's a student publication, but real people are reading these stories, and I think that's one of the great reasons why we have a community and a student newspaper. So we're not just writing stories that our students will read and kind of just accept as student writing. We're putting something out there that people are accepting as professional writing, and that pushes us and our standards not only in interviews but in the quality of writing as well.
What we really focus on features is telling the story of either an individual person or an organization. So the whole process is usually a lot longer, and it's a lot more in-depth, and it's a lot more creative.
We are running a real newsroom, so our newsroom reflects what a normal professional news atmosphere would look like. So when students are working for us, not only are they getting real bylines, but they're getting the real newsroom experience as well. The way that we push them to meet their deadlines and things like that, and the requirements that we have for them in regards to what they're turning into us, all reflects a real newsroom. This year we've pushed our students to write harder stories, just more challenging things to write. Maybe people don't want to necessarily talk to you about what's going on, and all of those stories have led to start different conversations, which has led to growth, maybe some silver linings here, and just a new sense of community, I think, because it's important to talk about things that aren't necessarily brought into the open all of the time. And I think that's one thing that the Sojourn has, because it's students hearing from other students.
I think another thing too, something that is reiterated to me in my journalism classes, is that one of the roles of journalism is it's the community watchdog. So as students writing about our school, obviously we're not going to just write only PR pieces. We're going to criticize and we're going to ask questions. And it's not out of a malicious place. It's really just to inform and to educate the people who are reading our paper. And I think that's why newspaper is important. It keeps institutions in check, businesses, government officials. It keeps all of them on the same level as us. And as for the community, we're talking to people who love Marion so much, who love Grant County so much, and they have so much to share and so much to offer, and they're doing so much. Actually so much is happening in Grant County. And I legitimately love Marion now. And I'm going to be here for a couple more years after I graduate, and that's not something I'm dreading at all. In fact, I'm really thankful for the extended period of time that I get to stay here.